lost her dad to going to jail for 10 years because that's how the Soviet Union ran. My father had an adverse childhood. My father lost his dad at 15. My parents grew up in the Soviet Union, which is closer to North Korea than it is Iran. You couldn't leave. Yeah. So they both grew up in extreme adversity, but they're incredibly different in their perspective in the world, which goes into DNA and goes into parenting and goes into many other factors.
Let me ask you a question, both of you guys, which are all of you were talking about, you know, when you go to the pain level, right? Like the discomfort level when you're having meetings about your businesses. I feel like I do this, like I'll hear a negative something. I mean, the restaurant business, COVID hit, all this negatives that we hear. I go to a place that might bug me for like the pain might last 5 minutes or the negative, but then I go completely ready to fix it in a positive way. You know, I don't let it bother me. I don't let it itch me. I don't. You're
solution oriented.
It's like I feel like any entrepreneur, any business owner, you have to move on.
A successful one.
You got to walk.
The reason most people fail is they don't have that capacity.
And that's where I see this, the one percenters, right, that are truly successful. The people that I really watch are those ones that go in those conference rooms and they hear that negative, but they can walk out of there with the positive, with their chin up high, and their staff looks at them, their people look at them like, holy crap, if he's not worried, then let's get behind him. You know, when COVID hit us in the business and we talk about that negative, our team was like looking at us like, holy crap, what are we going to do? We have to close all our restaurants down, go takeout only. Buffalo Wild Wings isn't all takeout, really. That's going to be hard to do. And when I walked in there and said, hey, man, we got to figure this crap out. It's like Apollo 13. Let's figure it out. And let's go. We're gonna be the best takeout business that Buffalo Wild Wings could ever offer.
You thrive in chaos.
And thrive in chaos and be obnoxious about it, dude.
And more importantly,
and our team followed us, man. They ran with it.
And more importantly, like, it's very simple. It's a binary game in that scenario. Like, what were you going to do?
Yeah.
You're either going to cry and dwell and go out of business, or you're going to hack your way into a solution.
Figure it out.
That's it.
That's right.
That's the part I tell a lot of people. I'm like, you don't understand. Your reaction to everything is the outcome.
Yeah.
If you decide the world's fucked up right now, I have a news alert. Nothing that's gonna happen is gonna deviate you from that. If you believe things are fucking epic, it's a shocking news alert. Life is how you see it.
Yeah, it's also like expectation 100%. Versus intention, right? If your expectation is to, we're gonna do $10 million in revenue this year, or is my intention, we're gonna serve the best motherfucking wings at Buffalo Wild Wings this year.
Very well said.
You know, so like if your intention is that, those stressors are constantly out the window, and you're just leading life with a more present being, throughout the day, and less stress. The anxiety goes away because you're like, we delivered the wings. We did 8 million, but we still delivered the wings.
Man, this is what gets me into why I spend so much of my content asking people, for whom? For whom are you living? Like, I believe the reason so many struggle with the things that we're talking about is they overvalue the opinions of others, whether it's their parents, whether it's people on stream, whether it's their buddy, whether it's their wife, child's sweetheart, like, and I understand that. It's a human trait.
Right.
My argument is the more you can get out of that behavior, the better this thing gets. Because my big thing is like, the thing that always came natural to me is like, I used to say it very crassly in my teenage years when I told I've been always this person. When somebody was like, I was like, I remember kids like crying. I was really bad at school. But I had a lot of friends who did decent, some really who were trying to really achieve in school. And they'd be upset. They'd be like, Keith got an A and I got a B. I'm like, but Keith sucks at wiffle ball. and what I was trying to do to all my friends was like, and everybody's good and bad at shit. Yeah. Like, look at me. I got an F in German, but I sold $4,000 worth of baseball cards this weekend at the Phillipsburg Mall, and I have a funny feeling that's going to work out for me.
I can almost guess, though, this is what goes through my brain from a competitive standpoint. If you tell me what teams, what's NFC division, this division, like, I am so bad with this stuff, man. I'm the worst from a competing standpoint, except against myself. I want to make sure I'm competing against Devin from last year and the year before and the year before, and I feel like you're very similar to that. Like, or do you look at competitors?
No,
because I don't really look at. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's wonderful. I actually have. That's very interesting. I have a different variation than when you think I'm going. It was funny when you're saying that. I love that about you. You're competing with yourself. You're not competing with others. I love competing with others. I don't compete with myself. It's one of the reasons I'm not good in the gym. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm doing some real weight now for me, like fucking 80 pound, like shit that I can't believe I'm doing. Baby. Like, I'm big shout out Mike Vacanti. I'm like stunned what I'm doing in the gym. When I tell you I get no joy, he's like so pumped when I do a new. He's like, "That's a fucking all-time. That's a personal best." I'm like, I'm happy that I'm like in the gym. Like I'm happy that I'm putting effort into something that doesn't come natural.
Yeah.
But when I tell you, could give a fuck, me versus me. Love competing against everyone, but in a very healthy way. Similar to the story I just said about this fictional woman that bought the Jets. But if someone beats me, I respect them. Like I feel like I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know how like he like just was willing to die? He's like, fuck it, I'm not good